Welcome back. So if you guys have watched some of my videos, you'll know that I love mysteries and thrillers. And one of the main reasons that I love that genre is a plot twist. For me, a good plot twist is the reason why I read mysteries and thrillers, honestly. It's like that, I read it for the moment where I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. I'm shocked. So I wanted to see how good I actually am at guessing the ending. Like, how good am I at actually predicting the plot twists, okay? So the book that I first picked out for this challenge is Final Girls by Riley Sager. I have not started this book yet, okay? So what I'm gonna do for this video is I'm gonna guess the ending. Like, I'm gonna make 3 predictions about this book. And I'm gonna check in with you guys throughout the book. So after about 25% done, 50%, and 75% done through this book, I'm gonna come back and update you on my predictions of what I think the plot twists are going to be and how I think this book is going to end. So I have read like the very beginning of the synopsis where basically it says 10 years ago, college student Quincy Carpenter went on vacation with 5 friends and came back alone, the only survivor of a horror movie scale massacre. So basically there is like a big massacre somewhere. I don't know. I don't really know the details of this book, but I'm going to guess. I'm going to make 3 predictions now before I have even read the book. I think number 1, I'm going to guess that we are going to have an unreliable narrator in this book. I think number 2, I think the main character in this book committed the crime. I think that she is actually the person who like went psycho and killed all of them. And then I think the final thing is I think someone else is going to be murdered in this book. Like, I don't think it's all just going to be like this past mystery. I think there's going to be another murder that happens in this book. And I was just inspired by this creepy cover. Like, I don't know if you guys have really looked at this cover before. I have not. I thought it was just kind of like abstract. It's a face. Like, this is hair. But yeah, those are my 3 predictions. I have no idea what is happening in this book. After I get started, I'm going to make a prediction a little bit more substantially about what I think is going to happen. Also, spoiler alert. This video is definitely going to have a lot of spoilers of me guessing the ending and obviously verifying if those things are true. So if you don't want to hear what happens, then don't watch past like my initial predictions. But what would be really fun is if you have not read this book, then go and pick this book up and try to guess along with me at these different points. I think that would be really fun. And yeah, that's it. I will check back with you guys after I've read about 25% of the book. Bye. Okay, guys, so I am on page 86 right now. And for those of you guys who have read the book, let me quickly recap what is going on at this point. So basically Quincy, who is the main character, for those of you who have not read this book, let me just give you a quick synopsis. So basically what this book is centered around is these 3 young women who are called Final Girls, basically because each of them in 3 separate instances survived these like massacres where a bunch of people were murdered and they were like the one lone survivor. And basically Quincy, who is the main character of this book, she is the final girl, shall we say. So she is like, these incidents happen several years apart and she is the one who has been part of like the last final girl scenario. And basically at this point in the book, the first final girl, who is Lisa, like news has just come out that she has committed suicide. So that's the first final girl. And the second final girl's name is Samantha Boyd. And basically at this point in the book, Samantha has come to Quincy's apartment. She ends up going to jail, but then Quincy's husband like bailed her out and everything was fine. So that's basically where we are at this point. Samantha has just left Quincy's apartment, and Quincy and Jeff are like talking to each other. This is my theory. I think Quincy, who is the main character, who's the final girl victim, I think she committed the murders. Like, I think what happened is she blacked out while she was in this cabin, like back like a long time ago, and she actually murdered everyone. And you may be asking yourself, Sarah, why would you think that? Like, what makes you think that she would do that? And here's why. So there's a scene like earlier on in the book where Quincy is remembering back to this time where she basically blacked out and completely trashed her entire kitchen. Like, she's a baking blogger. So like all of her ingredients and flour and all this stuff were like strewn about, and she had this giant mess, and her mom was having this crying fit, and it was like just this huge disaster, and Quincy didn't remember any of it. I bet she is like a sleepwalker, and she like in either like a fit of rage or some sort of mental breakdown, or she was sleepwalking. I think she trashed her kitchen in that one scenario. And then I think she also actually murdered everyone in the house. And she is like this final girl, like hero, survivor, but in reality, she's a murderer. That is my prediction 25% of the way in. And I will check back in with you when I'm halfway done. Okay. So, you guys, I am now on page 172, and I'm going to say I think my prediction is the same. I still am going to go with the prediction that Quincy actually committed the murders. Like, it's going to seem like it's this creepy guy in the cabin, but it's actually Quincy. Like, she killed someone. That's my prediction. Quincy is a murderer. Okay, let's talk about the other stuff that's happening right now. So basically what's happening right now in the book is Quincy and Sam have gone to Central Park, and they did the whole thing with like mugging that guy. That part was super weird to me. Like, I don't really get it. Like, Quincy just went psycho and like started beating this guy up. Gordon, come here. We have a special guest. Gordon, come here. Okay. So, this part was super weird, you guys. Like, basically this guy, they went to Central Park, Sam and Quincy, who are like the two remaining final girls, and Quincy just beat up this random guy. Quincy has just beaten this guy up, and I just finished the page where the detective is like calling Quincy on the phone and saying, hey, we want to talk to you. Yeah, so that happened. Also, we just recently found out that Lisa, who is the third final girl who died, who they thought it was suicide, we found out that it's actually murder, and someone intentionally was like trying to kill her. And here is my other prediction. I think that Sam, the final girl who is coming to stay with Quincy, I think she is responsible for Lisa's death. And I think she's coming for Quincy next. Okay, that is my prediction, you guys. I think that Quincy committed the murders and Sam murdered Lisa, or is somehow responsible for her death, and she is going to try to murder Quincy. I think that's what's going to happen. Okay, you guys, so I am now through 76% of the book. I overshot it just a little bit, but now I'm on page 260, and this is what's going on. So we just found out the whole situation where Quincy was at the cabin and she was going to like lose her virginity with Craig, and then like she ends up like backing out of it. She doesn't want to do it anymore. And then Craig goes with her, like, immediately. Like, snap your fingers, 5 minutes later, he's having sex with the best friend, Janelle, outside the cabin. And I'm like, come on, dude. Like, oh my God. Like, I could see why she would be angry. So, ambulance. I need to wait for this ambulance to pass. But I'm going to keep my prediction that I think Quincy did commit the murders. Like, I think, here's my prediction now. I think that the creepy guy, Joe, who is like the insane asylum guy, I think he did something too. But I think it was probably like a tag team now. I think Quincy and the creepy guy, Joe, like tag team to murder everyone. That is what I think. That's what I think happened now. And I think there's going to be a twist where they're going to reveal that because if you read the book, like, Quincy doesn't mention the killer. She's like, it's a he. Like, she just says he, but doesn't actually say the name. I think that is actually going to be Craig. Like, I don't think it's going to be the creepy guy. It's going to be Craig. That's my prediction. When it comes to Lisa, we've also found out that Sam, who's the other final girl, has actually visited Lisa and has like impersonated her. And Lisa has also been collecting all of these like information on Sam and Quincy, which is super creepy. So now Lisa doesn't even seem like the innocent victim. She is like a creepy person too. It's like everyone has secrets. Everyone has secrets. That's what happens in thrillers, honestly. That's the gist of it. So I think Lisa is going to end up being the villain. That is my prediction. I think Lisa seems like the innocent victim who was murdered. But I think what's going to happen is it's going to come out that Lisa was actually like the mastermind, and she was trying to murder. I think it's going to come out that Lisa is actually the mastermind. It seems like she's like the innocent victim, all this stuff, but I think she is actually the bad guy. And I feel like it's going to come out that Lisa was actually trying to murder the other two. I think we're going to find out that Lisa was actually trying to be the final girl all along and was trying to like kill off the other two final girls. And then maybe Sam and Lisa got in some sort of tiff where Sam ended up actually like defensively killing Lisa. I don't know. I cannot decide, you guys, if Lisa is the actual bad guy or Sam is the bad guy, or Quincy is the bad guy, or they're all bad guys. I don't know. But I'm going to go on record here at 75% and say that I think Lisa was the bad guy and was trying to kill the other two. And my second prediction is that in the cabin, Quincy and the creepy guy Joe were a tag team and tried to kill the cabin together. Now that we know Quincy has a motive, because her boyfriend-to-be, like, left her in 2 seconds. Like, what kind of asshole does that? Ugh. Yeah, this is my last time. And then it's going to be time for the final reveal of what happens in this book. So, stay tuned. You guys, Riley Sager set a trap, and I literally fell flat on my face into it. Basically, none of my predictions were right. Some of my very first predictions from the beginning of the book were kind of right. Like, so I guessed that there was going to be another murder. That happened. Lisa was in fact murdered. I thought the narrator was going to be unreliable. That didn't really happen. I mean, she was kind of unreliable in the sense that she didn't really remember a lot of what happened in the cabin, but it wasn't really like unreliable. Like, she wasn't lying really. So like that I got wrong. So I thought like for most of the book that Quincy committed the murders. Did she get the murders? Did she do it? Did she commit the murders? No. She did not commit the murders. Who did? Coop. Coop did it. The savior police officer. Did I see that coming? No. I did not. I feel like I should have seen it coming, but I just didn't. And I don't know. I was very satisfied with this plot twist, you guys. I was happy with it. The other big plot twist was that Sam, the second final girl, is like a complete fraud. So I did have some predictions that Sam was the bad guy. And that was kind of true because Sam was actually impersonating the real Sam. So like in that sense, it was kind of true, and she was like a kind of a bad influence on Quincy. So like that was kind of true, but like she wasn't as bad as I thought. And then like, can I even count that as Sam being bad when it wasn't even really her? These are the questions I have. But long story short, I was basically wrong on all the predictions. Lisa was not the bad guy. Sam was not really the bad guy because like the real Sam, I think she died, or like the real Sam is like not even in the story. It's the fake Sam. Like I did not see that coming. I did not see it coming that Sam was going to be a complete phony. I did not see that coming. I thought that Joe, the creepy guy, and Quincy tag team the murders because like, this is what I'm saying. It was a trap. Like, it was a trap, and I literally fell right into it. They set up a motive. Quincy has a believable motive that she would, like, go crazy and kill everyone because of the whole Craig Janelle situation. Like, obviously you should murder someone ever, but, like, you could see it. It's a motive. She has access to the creepy guy who's, like, probably cuckoo enough to be like, yeah, let's kill them all. And they like tag team. I totally saw that coming. That didn't happen. I thought that Lisa was the bad guy. That was totally off base. She was not the bad guy at all. So yeah, like I have to say that I did a very bad job at predicting the ending of this book, which is what I wanted. I mean, who wants to predict the end of a thriller, right? So yeah, that's it. Let me know. I'm really curious to know if you, when reading this book, had any of the same predictions that I had. I would love to know. And that's it. Bye, guys.